I'm here with Frank Turner.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm enjoying the hot weather.
I'm not. I absolutely hate it. I'm all clammy and I'm just...
Wow.
So, DJing tonight at Dingwalls?
Yes, DJing is a new weapon in my armoury. That's a terrible way of putting it. I'm not convinced I'm very good, but my friend Chris McCormack, he's playing a band called 3 Colours Red, who I adored when I was younger, and indeed still do, is organising a new night and asked me to DJ, and I'm going to play Queen, and I'm going to play the Beastie Boys, and I'm going to play ABBA, and it's going to be excellent.
How long have you been doing it for?
DJ, I think this is maybe my 5th gig.
Oh, it's very new.
Yeah, very new. But I'm gaining a bit of confidence. I know how to do the fader of going across from one side to the other now. I've got that down.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's off to a good start. So, main stage, Reading and Leeds.
Yes.
Looking forward to it?
Yeah, I mean, Reading's a festival that I grew up going to, and also Reading and Leeds has been, the people who book Reading and Leeds have been really good to me in my career. It's been instrumental, I think, in my success in this country. You know, I played every year from 2007 to 2012. Sorry, 2007 to 2011 inclusive. Last year I played with Mum with my side project band, and then back again on the main stage this year, right before the death. It's very exciting.
Are you comfortable playing in front of large audiences?
Yeah, the word comfortable doesn't seem quite right, because it just sort of seems a little bit too kind of relaxed about the whole thing. I'm very excited about playing large audiences.
Do you still get nerves before?
It's not really nerves, it's more, it's adrenaline, but I don't want to call it nerves, because it's not like I'm not dreading it in any way. I love it. I mean, Kurt Cobain, in his suicide note, always said there's 2 types of people in this world. There's Freddie Mercury's and there's Kurt Cobain's, in terms of their reaction to the live crowds, and either it's something that you feed off as they get bigger, or it's something that makes you hate yourself. And personally, I feed off it. I just love it. I love playing to lots of people. It's great.
Good. Are you going to be checking out any other artists?
Probably. I mean, the thing is, because I've learned over the years that I never bother checking out the lineup of the festival I'm playing until the day I get there, because invariably what happens is I check the lineup, see a band that I really want to see, and then they're on the wrong day, or they're on at the same time as me, or something, and then it just drives me out of my mind. So what I do instead is, because I always have loads of press and other stuff to do, I find out when I'm free, and then I find out who's playing at that time, and if there's anyone I can see, wicked. But I don't want to kind of annoy myself by prick-teasing myself, essentially.
I see. So, you're going to be playing a North American tour with Smith Street Band and Cuckoo Kangaroo starting October 4th.
Yes.
Are you excited?
I am, for a number of reasons. I love touring North America. It's my favourite part of the world to tour. And plus this is, it's been a couple of years since I did a full North American tour, doing everywhere, including Western Canada and the West Coast and the Midwest and the South and Texas, all in one go. I keep doing these little sort of bitty bits of tours, and it's nice to be getting a proper, full sort of chunk in it. And then also, yeah, Smith Street Band, I always use the support acts on my headline tours to try and promote bands that I like and who I think deserve more exposure. The Smith Street Band are an Australian band who I toured with in Australia, obviously, and they are brilliant. Will, their singer, is one of the finest songwriters I know working today. And then Cuckoo Kangaroo, everybody thinks I've lost my fucking mind for asking Cuckoo Kangaroo on the tour, but I know I'm right, and it's going to be amazing. They're basically a children's rap act, but they are also, they write songs about dinosaurs and sandwiches and stuff like that, and they have dance routines. But they are I'd say they're definitely my top 5 live bands I've ever seen. I saw them play. Yeah, I saw them play a festival in Minneapolis in 2010, and they were just one of the single best. Just in terms of a band who breaks down the barrier between the stage and the audience and gets everybody involved. They have one song in their set where everyone has to make up their own dance move, and that is just something I would never do. I don't dance in public full stop, let alone make up my own dance move. But by it got to the point in that set, I was there. I was in the moment, giving it a bit of this. Yeah, they're brilliant. They're really brilliant band.
So it's basically 2 months jam-packed gigs. What are you going to do to relax on your days off?
Sleep, I'd imagine. Generally speaking, because you know, tour is a hectic, high-stress mode of existence, and we take more days off these days than I used to when I was younger. I'm getting older. Plus, you know, we play for 2 hours now rather than 1, and I do an awful lot of press these days, that kind of thing. So I need my days off, and generally speaking, my routine for a day off is get up, do some laundry, and then I go and have a steak on my own and drink a glass of wine.
How do you have a steak?
Medium rare.
Yeah, that's the best, I think. Right, what 3 items do you need to have on tour that you could not possibly live without?
My guitar comes in handy. My laptop, boringly enough, but I do, my life runs through my laptop. I couldn't exist without it, I'd die. Well, maybe I wouldn't, but it would make life a lot more difficult. And my toothbrush. There you go.
Good for hygiene.
Yeah, you have to look after yourself on the tour, particularly, and I don't want to sound too kind of creaky old man here, but as you get older, you really have to start taking care of yourself on the road, because it's, again, like I said, it's a high stress way of being. So I do lots of kind of like physical. I do yoga these days.
How is it?
How unpunk is that?
I've heard it's good though.
It's fucking amazing. I love it. It makes me feel so much better about my life. And to up my punk cred again, Al Barth and Dropkick Murphys got me into doing yoga. So
it's very good.
Yoga punks. Assemble.
Okay, so I've got some questions sent in from fans.
Right.
First is Roz, who asks, Tape Deck Heart is a brutally honest breakup record. At any point did you consider not releasing some of the tracks because they were too honest / personal, or are there other tracks you didn't put on the record for that reason?
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of hesitations at various points about releasing stuff. But I'm pleased to say that basically at the beginning of the project I made a decision that I wanted to do a really raw and exposed album, and then the people around me, including, you know, my band, primarily the Sleeping Souls, and my manager and people like that were very good at helping me kind of not chicken out, essentially. Particularly, there's a song on the album called Anymore that I went through long dark nights of the soul about whether or not I could actually live with myself if I released that song. I'm glad I did in the end, because it belongs in the album, it's an important part of the album, but it's a song that makes me feel very uncomfortable. And indeed I copped an awful lot of shit from a certain individual because of that song, which is fair enough, really.
And from Laura, she asked, recently you've done a couple of shows where you played a whole album.
Yeah.
What made you decide to do it? Did you enjoy it? And do you plan to do it more?
I'll be honest, I got the idea of Springsteen because I know that he did Dance on the Edge of Town and Fall at Wembley. And I think, and he's been doing a bunch of sort of full album bits in his set, so I think it's kind of a cool thing to do. So the Sleepers for the Week, that was kind of fun, although there's a lot of songs on that record and not all of them are all that popular, should we say. I did Love Iron Song at 2003 Festival, which was really, really special. It was really fun. I mean, that's a lot of people's favourite album, I know that. I'm very proud of it, I think it's a good record. It's not something I'm going to do every day. I want it to be a special thing. Do you know what I mean? I don't want it to be a regular thing, and I'm probably not going to plan to do it very often, but the thing that was nice about the 2003 thing is I just kind of decided that morning that I was going to do it, and I had to do a little bit of practicing on some of the older songs that I hadn't played for a while, but yeah, it was, you know, it made for a really special atmosphere that night, but part of the specialness of it was the fact that it was a unique event, you know, and kind of a surprise for everybody, sort of including me, so I don't want to kind of make it too much of a regular habit of it, but I'll probably do it again at some point.
And Laura also asked, I imagine you receive a steady stream of UK tour demands, but do you plan on dropping the dates soon?
Yeah, basically I'm not allowed to announce my next UK tour until Reading and Leeds is done. So the day after Reading and Leeds we're announcing the UK tour.
Oh, you excited to do UK?
Yeah, always. Yeah, it's home turf. It's alright. And it's such a great tour that we've got coming up as well. I can't say any more about it, but it's really good.
And you can also bring more supports that you really want to expose.
That's part of what I'm excited about, but I can't say any more. I'm getting flashed, by the way.
Okay, cool. Well, day after Reading Leeds it will be.
Yes.
And so that's all the questions for the fans. So finally, for the viewers of Hold Up Now, what is key for British artists breaking America?
Well, the first thing to say about that is that there's this curious obsession in the British music industry with this idea of breaking America. I don't really want to break America. I think it works just fine. It's, you know, just go over there, have fun, don't break anything. Be a nice house guest. I don't know, but I mean, more seriously, it is a weird thing that people kind of seem to think that people in this country, a lot of them seem to think that your only options are either to be a stadium-selling band in America or to not bother going, which seems ridiculous to me because, I mean, you know, the next tour I'm doing over there, we're ranging between sort of 500 and 3,000 people a show, which is amazing. It's the other side of the world, and you know, and it's also the home of rock and roll and the blues and all that kind of thing. And to have any degree of success there is fine. And if I never got any more successful over there than I am now, or indeed got a bit less successful but could still break even going over there, I'd continue to do that. The thing about America is it's vast, and in a way, one of the things that I like about it is you can't cheat. You can definitely cheat in the UK because there's such a limited degree of like media and radio stations. If you come to American bands that do it all the time, you come over, you get The Enemy and/or Kerrang and Radio 1 and XFM on your side, and you can go from being a band that no one's ever heard of to selling out like 2,000 cap venues in like a week, and it's fucking ridiculous. What I like about America is you just can't do that. You just have to put the hours in. I've been touring America incessantly since 2007, and it's just about kind of coming good now. And but there's something about, I mean, this is the Puritan in me coming out, but there's something about that kind of like, you just got to put some good old-fashioned hard work in, and be a real band. Real bands fucking tour. There's nothing that angers me more than when you go and see a band who sound good on record and they can't fucking play, because records should be secondary to playing live. That's what bands do, they play.
Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Frank Turner, and you are lucky enough to be watching me all in your face on Hold Up Now TV.